So, for you, Ian, have a happy birthday, and, well, I can imagine what you'll do tonight. When we're on the at least. So you have a good birthday, Ian. 3:30 until 4 o'clock. String sound, that brings us round to tomorrow morning, and call it down.
Don't hurt no one, right? So just shut it, will you?
Barry! Barry! They're wrecking the van!
What?
They're wrecking the van!
Oh, God.
Oh, there. Hurry up.
You all right?
Yeah?
I should have killed him while I had the flaming chance.
Are you going to tell them?
In the morning. Come on. Ooh.
What are you going to do?
What do you think?
If you get even with them, they'll only come back and really wreck the van next time.
It's not the van I'm worried about, Karen.
You didn't hurt me.
Didn't he now?
Why don't you just go to the police, Barry? Isn't that what they're supposed to be there for?
Can I walk with you, Karen?
Right. 2 o'clock this morning.
What?
That's when it happened.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Why didn't you stop it then?
Oh, yeah, I should have, shouldn't I?
I'm getting sick of this.
Well, let's get going then. What are you going on about? Well, we're going to go and pay them a visit, aren't we?
What for? To do the same to them, soft? Yeah, then they'll be back, won't they?
No, they won't, because this time we're going to wreck theirs.
Yeah, well, then they'll be back to wreck ours. We got this van to make a few bob. So far, it's cost us a fortune. Christ, look at the state of it.
What are you going to do then? Nothing.
What? You it?
Are you some kind of divvy or what?
It's got nothing to do with you. This is our van.
Oh, hasn't it? You threatened our Karen.
What?
That's right, with a knife. So either with you or without you, I'm going to get this sorted. Come over to ours after, right?
We gotta put an end to this, Terry. Too right.
Hi. Just clearing out a few things. I'm to hang on for a fortnight and get Keith settled in. Then I'm off.
Why?
Why?
Why Keith Tench?
They obviously thought that he was the best man for the job.
And you?
No comment.
Come on, Joyce.
I think he's not fit to lick your boots. But at 9 o'clock this morning, he became your boss, so my opinion is pretty academic. You don't get on with him?
Oh, yes, we have a lot in common. Mutual loathing.
You could always see Howard. Ask for some sort of explanation.
Think you'd want to discuss something like that?
Usually no. But he has appointed someone like Tench in preference to you. Under those circumstances, well, I think it's the least that he can do.
Willie's on you go. What are you up to? Staff room, you. If you must kill yourselves with these, you do it outside school, right? Right. Sit.
You have got 1 minute to get back to your lessons.
Stop.
Who did that? Who did that?
Now, I want to know, who did that? Where are you going?
Toilet? No, you're not.
Look, I've got permission, right?
You could have a letter from the Ayatollah for all I care, son. You're not going in there.
Houston?
You'll use the toilet in the science block.
What? The toilet in the science block. Now go!
Sorry I'm late. Something cropped up.
I understand.
It's cold.
Yes. Quite eerie, too, when it's misty.
Yes. We come here sometimes.
We know you're married.
Yes, as you told me.
Well, for God's sake, it's a mess. Your wife doesn't know? How can you? There's some excuse for Lucy. She's young. She's got her head stuffed full of nonsense. But you're supposed to be mature. You've got children.
Mr. Collins, you can't despise me more than I already despise myself.
Obviously, it's got to end.
Tell me how.
I should think it's quite simple.
Who is it? I tried dozens of times to end it.
What?
Dozens of times. There's a slight problem, you see. We love each other.
You don't know what love is. People who bandy that word around never do. Say you love your wife. You love your children. You love them so much you're carrying on behind their backs. I'll tell you what love is. It's accepting pain to spare others pain. It's sacrifice. So if you do love my daughter, if you do love your wife, if you do love your children, you won't see Lucy ever again.
I know you'd set your heart on this job. You're bound to feel disappointed. But I don't want your disappointment to affect our working relationship. Oh, come on, Heather. If you'd got this job instead of me, I think I'd be taking it a good deal better than you are right now.
Maybe that's because if I'd got the job, it would have made an awful lot more sense.
I think I'll ignore that. All that matters to me
Is our working relationship. Listen, Keith, I don't want to sound rude, but can we forget the niceties and get down to brass tacks?
Okay.
Why didn't I get the job?
The client is entitled to one part of our anatomy, and that's this. You gave Tom Curzon rather more.
Very delicately put.
Brass tacks, you said.
I don't have to discuss my private life with you, but on this occasion I'll make an exception. Howard Draco was there when Tom Curzon asked me out. He sanctioned our relationship right from the very start.
He sanctioned nothing. He had no option because you put him on the spot.
Have the two of you discussed this?
Of course.
So where does all this leave me?
In a pretty weak position, I'd say.
Have you ever
Had an affair? I think that's the phrase you're looking for.
Have you?
Is that relevant?
Well, you just accused me of not knowing what love really is. Accepting pay, sacrifice. Well, right now, I'm tearing myself apart to make sure that no one gets hurt. I can't leave my wife and kids because it would crucify them. And I can't leave Lucy because it would crucify her.
You can leave Lucy. She's young. She'll get over it.
Mr. Collins, you don't know your own daughter. Lucy was happy in France, and she came back to this miserable country because of me. And you expect me to just... Well, I can't. I know because I've tried. And Lucy came after me.
Is this true?
Yes. When we were in France... Listen, the reason I'm telling you this is because I'm not the villain of the piece. But there is no villain. In France, it was uncomplicated. My family was over here. Lucy knew I was married. No one could get hurt. When I came back to England, I thought it was all over. Oh, I know, it was easier for me, the wife and the kids. But Lucy came after me again, and, well, you know the rest.
So Lucy's to blame. She's been setting the pace, eh?
If she has, I've been only too grateful. No one's to blame, least of all Lucy.
What will you do?
I don't know.
You won't leave your family?
No.
So you must leave Lucy.
Right.
Come on, you can't have your cake and eat it. Are you going to leave your wife and kids?
No.
So you must stop seeing my daughter.
Right.
Tell her.
Right.
When? When?
Give me a week.
A week it is, then.
Most of our clients, like Tom Curzon, are male.
Yes.
And you're a woman.
Yes.
So there's a problem.
I don't see a problem.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Heather.
I don't see a problem. Joyce is a woman. It's never...
You're not just a woman. You're a very attractive woman.
So is Joyce.
I'm not expressing myself very well, am I?
No, you're not, are you?
It's more than just being attractive. There's something about you. When you're around, men get horny. And their wives feel threatened.
What? I don't believe this. Even if that were true.
It is.
It's not something I've been aware of. Assuming that's the case, it's their problem, not mine.
It's our problem. When you meet a client, you are our representative. We've got to consider the effect that our representative has on our client. You're supposed to be solving their problems, for God's sake, not adding to them.
I'm not familiar with the Sex Discrimination Act.
Oh, for pity's sake.
I'm I'm not familiar with it now, but I damn well soon will be.
You wanted the truth, and you got the truth. And as for sex equality acts and all that paraphernalia, I'll just deny this conversation ever took place. The wild allegations of a disappointed woman.
Violence just leads to violence, right? No, not in this case it doesn't. They slashed our tyres and now you're caving in. I'm not caving in. So why don't we give them a treatment and let them cave in first? They won't. They won't if we don't try anything. Look, why are we in this game? Oh, God, to make a few bob. Yeah, and that's why they're in it. But instead of making a few bob, we're costing each other hundreds. It's gotta stop. It will, Terry, but not if we go and chicken out. I'm gonna go and talk to them. Oh, Chris, what about? I'll tell you why all this started. Because we got their machine contract. Yeah? So we make a deal, we split the contract. What? Oh. Okay, we don't make as much, but at least we're not gonna lose everything. Christ almighty, I don't believe this, Terry. Violence doesn't pay according to you. They get a little bit heavy and you're giving them everything they want. There's no other way. No, it's my business as well as yours and the answer's no. Well, you know my answer to violence is no, because I'm sick of it, right? Okay, mate, she's your bird, right? But it's our business, and I'm not going to stand by and see it ruined, all right? All right, if we can't do anything together, then we don't do it at all, right? Oh. Right?
Do I still have a future in this place?
As far as I know, you'll always have a job here.
A job? Half an hour ago, I had a career.
For the foreseeable future, you'll work on smaller accounts. Certainly nothing as important as, well, Curzon Communications.
Well, who knows? In 30 years' time, when I'm an old hag and men no longer get horny, I might be able to reapply for the job.
Heather, I can understand your disappointment.
That's very magnanimous of you, Keith.
Declined Tom Curzon's invitation. Well, graciously, of course. Telling him that your decision has in no way been influenced by our Mr. Draco.
And if I don't?
Sooner or later, we lose a client. Of course, you've had Howard's permission, so no one will blame you. At least, not to your face.
If you don't sell us, I'll find out from somebody else. I mean, he was going to carve our cannon up, you know that.
I keep it in the yard, corner of Maddox Road. Hey, not a word to Terry about this, Barry, all right?
Right. I want to talk to you, brothers, so make sure they're both there. Yeah, I'll see you. Oh, hey! Not a word to anyone else, right? Ta-da. So tomorrow afternoon, you better make sure that you and Terry are somewhere where people can see you, all right?
Right?
Because after I've finished with them, they're going to have no van and no business left. So they'll have nothing to lose, will they? I mean, they might just phone the busies. You and Terry, you're going to need an alibi, aren't you?
Yeah, it is. Do you like it then, do you, eh? Not a bad job, eh? You cry. Down home, did you? Down with you, yeah? I prefer time on myself. Watch it.
How could you? We don't let the man. The dirty bitch.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know. Wish I'd never met him.
Keith,
Tom Curzon.
why don't you tell Tom what's going on?
What?
Oh, why not? It's bound to get up his nose. A phone call from him, threatening to take his business away, it'll work wonders.
I couldn't do that.
They are using an old relationship to suit their ends. So why can't you use it to suit yours? All right. Think about it.
Joyce, that job as your assistant, is it still on offer?
I appointed someone 3 days ago. See you.
Why don't we try using this? I'm trying to help it. God's got a job as a cleaner. Why don't you ask your sister to give you a hand? She's a scrubber. Yeah, what's it to do together? After school. Hey, switch on. Switch on. Switch on, 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 switch on,
Yes? Hey lad, have you got no manners? You're not when you come in here. What's going on? What do you want? Hey, what are you doing?